Good morning, boys and girls. I hope you're having a great day. It's, again, a very nice day outside, so you should try to get outside and go for a walk or go play outside on your bike or with chalk or just take a walk, whatever you want to do. Something fun outside, though. It's so nice out. Today, I'm going to read a book called Curious George, Tadpole Trouble. George was exploring a lake with his friend Bill. George was a good explorer and always very curious. He was especially curious about tadpoles. Do you know what a tadpole is? Let's find out if you don't know what a tadpole is. Bill told George he could be in charge of tadpoles they found. George took tadpole watching very seriously. He watched them swim in their glass bowl. He fed them boiled lettuce. He took them for a swim in the lake. At the time, it seemed like good exercise for tadpoles. Look at the picture right here. That's the tadpole. What do you think it is? When the tadpoles did not come back, George started to worry. What would Bill say? He had to find them. George spent hours at the lake. He found turtles and water beetles and minnows, but no tadpoles. Do you know what minnows are? Minnows are baby fish. Every time George would visit the lake, he would look for the tadpoles. Several weeks went by. Finally, he found something that looked kind of like a tadpole, but it had legs and almost no tail. So George let it go. See that right there? You can kind of tell what the tadpole does. It changes into something. A few weeks after that, George took a walk in the city to think about his tadpole problem. He was going back to the lake soon. Bill would be very disappointed if George had lost his tadpoles. George walked so long he found himself in front of the museum. He saw a butterfly that reminded him of being at the lake, so he followed it. The butterfly flew into the museum, and George kept following past all of the exhibits. There was a special display about creatures that live around lakes. George knew about many of them, turtles and minnows and lizards and tadpoles. The pictures of the baby tadpole reminded him of his own tadpoles. Next to it was one of the funny creatures George had seen in the lake. It had legs and a smaller tail. Now he understood the creature with legs were tadpoles too. His friends had not vanished. They were changing and growing. They were growing up. George was so excited he left the museum without finishing the exhibit tour. See, that's an egg, and then the tadpole grows legs. Right? It's going to turn into something. Do you know what it is? Yeah. As soon as George got back to the lake, he looked for his missing friends, especially the ones with little legs and almost no tails. But they were not there either. This time, George could find only frogs. Frogs! Lots and lots of frogs. What does frog start with? Frog. F, right? F for frog? What a good idea, George, Bill said, seeing the empty jar. You decided to release the tadpoles into their natural habitat. That's where they live all the time. So we could watch them grow into frogs. You're not only curious, George, you're smart, too. So tadpoles are baby frogs, right? They grow into a frog. Let's take a picture of you and the frogs together, George. Smile. I think he's hopping like a frog. The end. So that shows us this is called the life cycle of a frog. It starts out as an egg, and then it turns into a tadpole. Then right here, it's tadpole with legs. And then at the very end, the tail goes away, and it grows some front legs and becomes a frog, right? The end. Silly George. I thought I would read that book because this weekend I'm going to a lake. So I thought I would read a book about a lake and what I might find. So I'm going to look for some tadpoles or some frogs, see if I can find some. And if I do, I'll take a picture of them. I hope you guys have a great weekend and get outside and do something fun. And I will see you on Monday. I miss you all. I hope you're all doing well. And I will see you soon. Bye, boys and girls.